Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogia Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF, as we like to call it. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Great to see everybody here already. I hope that everybody had a wonderful Christmas and wonderful holiday. We had a quiet time. It was nice. It was pleasant. What we got here tonight? I don't know which way to start. Let's start at the top. Mr. Lee, what's up? Good to see you. Long Island Bigfoot, what's going on, Mike? What it do, brother? Hey, Stevie. My mic is in the way. I gotta move it over. Can't hit my mouse pad. Mr. Hugh, how you doing? Good to see you. Who else? Angel Nolan, welcome. Yeah, obviously I didn't get one of those magnifiers yet because I'm squinting. Like, I can't see shit. Eyes in the Woods, what's up, Eyes? Mr. Hand, how's it going? Howling Underdog Films, what's up, Charlie? Good to see you, man. Old Buzzard's Roost, what's up, brother? Glad you can make it. I'm sure I'm missing a few. Jimbo, what's up, brother? So yeah, if you guys are if you're watching, I know who's in chat. I can see who's in chat, but it's people that aren't in chat that are watching. If you're new here, what we do is we just kind of hang out. What I do is I put the link in chat to the show, so anybody can click on the link and come on. You have to do it from chat, so you'd have to join chat. Yeah, anybody's welcome. Like I said, if you've never been on the show before, you just click on the link, follow the directions. It's pretty simple. If you don't want to be on, camera, you can just click the button down below that says stop cam. You don't have to be on camera. It's pretty simple. And we talk about anything, we just could be, given we're in this big community, and we'll talk about that, or we'll talk about fishing, or we'll talk about, anything that, you guys want to talk about, because this show is for you guys, So if you're out there and don't happen to be in chat, and you want to join, you want to pop on, just, join chat and click on that link. Let's hear what you have to say. Pine Island Research, what's going on, Jeff? Great to see you. Hope you guys had, like I said, an amazing Christmas. I don't know if it's thawing out out there. I haven't seen a recent weather forecast as far as the whole country goes, so I don't know what the temperatures are looking like. It's been chilly here. Threw this on because it was easy, and it's long sleeves. It wasn't planned that way, dude. This was available. I had already planned on the color on the bandana. This just, I had looked in a box, found this. I have limited access to some of my clothes. Most of my shit is pullovers, and wasn't feeling it. So we were kind of goofing at it earlier. I was like, I feel like I'm, I should be like, she's like, don't do it. She's afraid I'm going to piss somebody off. Yeah. Grasshopper, what's happening, man? Good to see you. Caucasian Sasquatch, what's up, brother? This is kind of funny. This happened yesterday. Um, Stevie B, she's still good friends with her first husband, first ex. um, and as long as Stevie and I had been hanging out, I had never met him. He knew Russell. You know, yesterday we're gonna go fishing. She's like, "Hey, Alex is in the neighborhood. He's gonna stop by and say hi." I'm like, "Well, right on." So he shows up, and Alex, if you're listening, what's up, brother? He's like, she walks over and greets him, and I'm still fishing. And finally, I walk over, and he turns around. He's like, "Hey, Mogs," and I'm like, "What, Mogs?" I looked at Stevie, and she's like, "You know what?" He turned the corner. As soon as he pulled in, he rolls down the window. He goes, "You didn't tell me Russell was Mogs." He said when he turned off the street into the parking lot, he saw Mogs. He looked over and said, "Holy shit, that's Mogs!" And parked, and it was just the weirdest thing for me, guys. He was like, "All right, man," I don't know. It was interesting. Jody, how you doing? He just, I guess we assumed he knew that, you know, I was who she was hanging out with, and he didn't put two and two together. Forensic Mystics, what's happening? Duke. Somebody posted Duke. I don't see him yet. Where is he? Is Duke in here tonight? Maybe not. Nah, I saw somebody put Duke, but could be wrong. Yeah, so that just tripped me out for like hours. But it was cool to meet him. Karen Preston, how are you? Welcome. So yeah, guys, let me post the link in chat. And if you want to click on it, click on it. Come hang out, spend some time on here, bullshit. Let's get to know each other. I mean, a lot of us do. Hey, Richie, what's going on? You got to cook it, Richie. He says, I ate skunk ape on Christmas Day. Tastes like shit. Don't eat the asshole out of it. You'll be all right. Hey, Jen. Merry Christmas. All I do is $13 reading glasses. Yeah, I have to do something. Who else we got here? Jody, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you on here in a while. Hope everything's good. I met Jody in Tennessee when we were on the Ocoee River, camping there with Old Bears, Den of Bigfoot, and Squatching Cowboy, and Manimal Research, and a few other people. Who else was there? BF Bud and his wife Angie. They were hanging out. Flat Rock, he was there. What's up, dog? Linda, how are you? Hey, Hunter. What's up, buddy? This dog has the gnarliest underbite. I mean, like puts a bulldog to shame. And he looks more like a schnauzer. I don't know what the hell he is. What are you, dude? Besides old and ugly.
That's mean.
Nah, you're cute. Just needy. I think I'm kidding. I don't. Here, come up here for a second. Come up here. Can you come up here? Come on. Come on up here. Come on. No, he's like, I'm not too old for that shit. Just scratch my ass. All right, dude, that's enough. It's enough. Poor dog. Hope they don't have mirrors in that house. Move over. He's like between my legs. Bob Van Buren, what's up, buddy? Caught some of your show earlier. Good work. Donald Fuller, what's going on, man? It's the trip that Richie just always writes in caps. Oh, so one of the women that is part of the league over at the where we got it. Stevie got a gift from one of the women at where she works, and it was pretty cool. Because I did a little bit of work for this woman, and I guess I just ran my mouth and told her I have a Bigfoot channel or whatever you want to call it, a YouTube channel, and so she gives Stevie it was in a little bag, but Bigfoot toe jam. Or Oregon Marionberry, but it was clever. It was thoughtful, I don't know if we'll open it.
No.
She's like, no.
I don't know. It's going on a shelf somewhere.
So it's going in a box somewhere. Maybe it'll make it to a shelf.
It will.
I mean, I got some English muffins that can make it to right now. I mean,
no, it does sound good though.
Gary Spike Sr., how's it going? Welcome. Val, what's up? Who else? Somebody snuck in here. Gary Johnson, welcome. Hey, Mr. Vaughn, what's going on, man? Welcome.
Link expired in chat.
Link expired in chat. What?
I don't know. It's what LIB wrote.
Oh, yeah. He means it went too far.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Links in chat. Yeah, because if it goes as it scrolls up, you can only scroll back so far, and you can't reach the link. So, Don got me Bigfoot riding a unicorn. Oh yeah, he did. You sent us a picture of that. That's right. That was definitely different. So yeah, we I can't say we braved the cold, but for down here it was chilly. I went fishing, of course. Well, you can't help it. I mean, I had the bait and didn't want it to go to waste. So yeah, we just go to this little church down the street, and we caught some. Yesterday.
2-1.
Yeah, she beat me 2-1.
Today
it was
3-0.
3-0 me. But it was it wasn't because of the cold snap. I didn't know if they were going to bite. I mean, we fished in this one spot and they wouldn't bite at all. I got one out of there. But I wish it would get a little colder as far as the water temperature, because then the crappies will start biting. I want to teach Stevie how to catch a different species, and target this species. So we'll see. Who is this? Oh, right on. Hey,
How
Marty.
are you?
How are you?
I'm great.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
Stevie.
Hey, Marty.
How
What's
are
up,
you, love?
How you doing?
I'm good, babe. I'm good. I'm good.
Good to see you.
We can
Good
switch
to see
seats. I
you.
mean, that's
That's true. Well, you
we
were
can switch
talking about
over.
the fishing thing. Have you guys caught any of those clown knife fish yet?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Barely.
I've seen some videos on them. Haven't.
I'm the only person ever to get Stevie to come on the camera next to you, Mogs.
I know, right? There you go. I gotta lean in to see you.
Oh, I love you. Mwah.
Mwah.
And we're not matching, by the way. It's just coincidence.
Right? I've
But
had this
yeah.
one all day. It's cold.
I just dug this out of a box. What were you gonna say? Oh, the clown knives.
Yeah,
No, I've never
yeah.
fished for them.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hit Matt up, and he was actually a guide for a while. Him and my other son, they were taking people out on charters for them.
Really?
They know some really really awesome spots, and talk about a fight. Talk about
Well, yeah, I heard they're pretty similar to a tarpon, the way they hit and they
yes.
roll, and they're yeah.
Mhm.
Let's go.
Yes.
I'm like,
But yeah,
let's
for
go.
for those guys who don't know it's a clown knife, that's what it's called, but it's an invasive species.
An
It
invasive
was
species, yeah.
it was
That
originally in someone's fish tank, and
mhm.
people dump their shit in the waters down
Mhm.
here, and it survives and thrives.
Well,
And
Yeah,
these fish are unique, though.
they are.
If
They are.
you guys like picture a knife, like a kitchen knife, a long handle kitchen knife, and take
Yes.
off the handle. That's the
Mhm.
shape. The whole blade is the shape of the fish. But
Just
these
like that.
things get
Yeah.
to
that's
be
so crazy.
Huge.
12. I don't know how big
Huge.
they get. They get
Huge.
big. Yeah.
Huge. And the interesting thing about them is they hit the way that they hit is very different than a lot of other fish. Like you have to use live bait. I'm just telling you. There are a couple of like spinner baits that you can use, but live bait's the best. But they like to hang out kind of like a bass, right? And they want that water to be moving, and they want to see it. They want to see that the just go go right down with the current. It's like but talk about a fight. I mean, think
Well,
about it. It's an
cool.
invasive species that is now a sport fish.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And the other thing is, guys, it doesn't have the traditional fins and tail.
Mm-mm. No.
It's basically the whole from probably the chest bone to the tail. The fin is on the bottom, and it's one fin, and it moves like
It's like this. It's like a
undulation.
Mhm. And just like and you're right, like a tarpon, it'll turn sideways and fight you sideways.
Yeah.
And that's the fun of them. Yeah. Yeah. You guys will have to come
I just
down.
don't know where they are down here yet. I mean,
Hit Matt up. He'll let you know.
We're gonna have to, because that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Really good. It's a lot of fun.
the only
They
problem
are.
with those is they're not good eating.
No.
Well, we're
They're,
not
no, it's
eating
because
anything we're catching now
no,
anyway right now. I mean,
I
we
don't.
haven't.
I catch and release bass, so but
Yeah.
crappies
Yeah.
and that I'll eat the shit out of them.
Well, I know.
That's a whole different story now. Come on.
The clown knives, their meat is too soft, so they said that, like, the best thing you could use it for is like a fish dip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna eat
But
them.
yeah. Yeah, it's cool. They're cool. They're really cool. They're a lot of fun. So hit Matt up. Just reach out to him. He'll tell you where to go. I know he's probably got coordinates because, like I said, him and my other son, they were doing some charters for a while.
Sure.
So
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really
So
cool.
yeah.
I haven't
Really cool.
gotten it to the peacock bass yet.
Well, we caught
Oh,
those
you
little ones
Well,
down
haven't?
at the 168. We
I
went
want to get
Thanksgiving.
south and get into some
Oh,
bigger ones.
yes. Yeah, we know
Thanksgiving,
some
we were
spots
right
for
there.
those.
We were at the family campsite at the 168 location, and that
Uh-huh.
little pond in the middle. I mean, little kernel of corn, you snap it in, and 2 seconds later, boom.
And
I mean,
we were
just
catching
plucking them
the
out.
peacock bass were maybe that big,
Little baby ones.
Oh,
but
little babies.
Yeah.
yeah, and
It's like, where's mama? Where's daddy?
They're,
Daddy
you know,
will do.
it's funny because peacock bass are so even though they're this big, they hit like they're this
they're
big
Yes.
because
ferocious,
they
Yes.
are
ferocious.
they're just very
They hit
aggressive.
and go straight down.
We had
Very
about a
aggressive.
6-foot gator in front of us going. He's on one side of this big oak. I'm on the other side, or I think it was a pine tree, but you couldn't see the both of us, for the tree. The gator kept going back and forth between our lines. Never came after our line. He was just right there, about 6 feet off the bank,
Oh my
going back and
gosh.
forth. So I'd holler over to him, asking, "Hey, where's he at? Is he heading this way? Tell me when he's heading this side." It
Yeah.
was funny, but plucking them out, little kernel of corn.
Yeah. They're
was fun.
awesome though. They give a good fight. Some of them get really huge. I
Yeah.
mean, and the males, they have that like
Yeah, on their
bump on
head.
their head,
Yeah,
that kind of like like a dolphin almost. And I don't
The
mean the
spot on
porpoise,
the
guys.
tail
Don't mean the
trips me out
porpoise.
because I'm sorry, the spot on the tail trips me out because on every one of them, everyone, it's
Everyone.
pretty much same place. It's
Yeah.
cool.
And when it's breeding season, the males get so vibrant. They get that like that orangey
orange.
red.
Gorgeous.
They're
I mean,
so
gorgeous colors.
beautiful. Yeah.
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 Talk
Yeah.
about invasive species, huh?
Yep. Another invasive species that is now a sport fish.
Right.
Well, the peacock bass was introduced to try to control the snakehead population. Yeah,
Mhm.
well, didn't work.
No.
No.
Now you've got two invasive species thriving.
Yes.
Thriving.
Yes. A lot of people talk about the Melaleuca trees. I mean, Melaleuca trees were actually brought here from Australia. They are an invasive species, and the reason that they brought them here to Florida is because they thought because they need a huge amount of water to survive and grow. So that's why a lot of them they planted. They thought that they could get these trees, the Melaleuca trees, out on the Everglades to soak up all that water, so they'd have more land to develop. And of course, that's not how it worked. Didn't work that way at all. But I don't think anything
I
can
wouldn't
do all
know a
that. But
Melaleuca tree if I tripped over it.
yeah,
I had never heard of it.
they had here's the thing with those when they did try to get rid of all of them here in Florida. It was kind of like it was back in the 80s, early 80s. They kind of went through this like transition where they were trying to get rid of them. But the interesting thing is that whenever they would cut them down, the seeds and the spores and everything from them, it would multiply. It was like every single time they tried to get rid of them, they got more. So, it was kind of one of those, but there's not as many in town now as there used to be, but they're still out in the Everglades, but they're beautiful trees. They're kind of
Like what
similar
is it?
to like a
Greek mythology is the Hydra. You cut its head off and it doubles. So you have two more
yeah,
heads and two more heads.
yeah. But it's they're beautiful. They're very similar to kind of like a cypress tree, and
Okay.
they get huge and they're
We have
gorgeous.
a lot of problems with the potato vines. Those air potatoes. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, everywhere. The worst thing about those is those potatoes when they hit the ground, they I guess the nourishment makes them grow vines. The vines grow up the trees. I mean, pines,
Yeah.
oaks, it doesn't matter. It'll take down anything by smothering it.
Anything.
It
Mm-hmm.
just the vines grow up, wrap around the tree, and just suck the life out of it. Those
Yeah.
I think came
Does
from
does
China.
does kudzu do that too? I mean, is that
Kudzu does do that.
kudzu?
Yeah.
Yep. Kudzu does do
Because
that
I
as
know, like
well.
out in Arizona, you would see a parasite. It was actually mistletoe up in the trees, and it's literally a parasite. It was growing out of it's using the tree itself, and it's
Mhm.
rooted into the tree branch or whatever. It's using its nutrients to survive. You'll
Wow.
you'll walk down a river, and look at all in the riparian areas and all the like cottonwoods, all of a sudden you'll see these really dark green spots up in trees, and it's
And
mistletoe.
that's what it is. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting. Symbiotic relationship a little bit,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah. So what's the topic tonight? Is there a topic tonight? I thought I would just stop by and
apparently
say hi.
trees
And
and
Yeah,
fish
everything we've been
trees,
talking about.
right?
Yeah.
fish.
All of it. Yeah.
Thank
That's
you,
what-
Mr. Lee. I appreciate you putting the link to my channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've got a lot of like really good guests coming up, and I've had a lot of really good guests on. So hopefully some more people. I'd like to get some more subscribers. I'm still trying to get to 500. I'm gonna get there though.
You'll get there.
You'll get there. You will
Absolutely.
for
Trying.
sure.
Yeah, I'm working
Just
on
be
it.
consistent.
Yep,
That's the important thing, is be consistent.
yep. Exactly.
Someone told me that once, so I went with it.
And you went with that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I don't, if I remember correctly, you never missed a show until that night you and Stevie broke down or something. Is that like the only time you missed a show?
I missed a show.
The first one was
The first one
Arizona.
I was in Arizona. The neighbor needed a ride to the hospital in Phoenix.
Oh, goodness.
And I didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, well, I could be there, and I didn't know what the time frame was, or I couldn't let the guy. I didn't know the guy was sitting in the back of a Jeep because he was in such shape that he couldn't get out of the Jeep.
Oh my gosh.
And I found it out shortly
Oh.
after I was asked, and then I was like, you know what, I can't do the show, so I canceled the show for that. And the gentleman passed away.
Oh.
My dad bought his truck. My dad passed away. I'm driving his truck. No.
That's not going to happen though.
No.
Putting that out
I'm
there
just
in the
saying.
universe.
I'm not putting it out like that.
Oh no.
It's more of a I got Jerry's truck. And then on the way out here, the first time when I was on my way to the 168,
Mhm.
I forgot about the time change. Yeah, I got to like
That's
Mississippi, and I was like, oh yeah, no, it's the clock says it's only. She's like, I had stayed in Mississippi with Seven Pearls at her house, and she's like, oh no, honey, it's like say whatever time it was, and I was like, oh shit, I missed the show.
Yeah.
You're like, oops.
Yeah, whoops. But yeah, for 2.5 years, that was it. And then
That's awesome.
couple.
The night we broke down, you went live for a few minutes, but
Yeah, but no, I went on
Yeah.
Friday and made it up,
Yeah.
but I took a week off.
Oh, that's right. You
When I
did
was
take
in
like a week
LBL.
off. Yeah.
There was no reception. I had to drive 20 miles to.
How
It was
was
weird
that
because
place?
you could actually sit in one place. I was sitting on the just the bank of the lake, and I just stepped one step forward, and my phone just went ding 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 ding. Like 2 days of messages were coming through, and
Oh
I
my
had to stand in
God.
that one spot because if I moved, that was it. No signal. I mean, literally the next step gone. I stepped back. I was like, oh shit. And I'm hollering for
That's
him.
so
He's
funny.
way on the other side of the campsite. I'm trying to yell, I got a signal.
That's so funny. How was the
LBL?
LBL?
LBL was it's a beautiful place.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
It's really beautiful. We camped on the Tennessee Riverside. I think was it, or was that the Kentucky River? I don't know.
I think that was I don't know. I don't know because I drove in the middle of the night. I literally. I'm
well,
not sure.
we were on the west side of LBL,
Mhm.
up in Kentucky. It wasn't far from where like Mark Newble and those guys had their outing. It was like one
Mhm.
campsite away, just like
Mhm.
2 miles away.
But what was the vibe like?
It
What was
was
the vibe
weird.
like in that place?
I didn't feel anything, see anything, hear anything, smell anything.
Nothing.
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 Driving
I mean, I
in,
saw eagles and coyotes and deer and
Mhm.
all the normal stuff, but nothing out of the ordinary.
When I drove in, it
Interesting.
was like 2 in the morning, 2:30. And I mean, you're talking pitch black. I'm driving on a dirt road trying to find a
Mm.
campsite, and I must have spotted 9 deer. I count 9. I mean, they
Wow.
were everywhere. And the vibe going in when I came over the bridge, when I first come over the bridge, I got this weird vibe like, "Ooh," you know?
Yeah.
But the closer I got to the campsite, it was gone. I was okay. I actually found him. He was asleep. I pulled up behind the
It's
trailer and
3 in the morning.
parked at 3 in the morning, and I just turned everything off, laid my seat back, and just crashed. I didn't want to bother him.
Yeah.
You know, I was that comfortable out there. It was so quiet and
Wow.
peaceful and just gorgeous, amazing.
Yeah, like that's like the one place that I've always said like I never want to go there. I don't know why. Like it's just like because you hear so many stories about like so many things there,
But they're
and it's
stories.
like that's why I'm
you know
like, well, I don't
there
want to
were
go there.
some things that happened, in the northern part, of LBL. Like there were some ritual killings, satanic killings, or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But that was human on human. It
Yeah,
wasn't anything
cryptid or
cryptid.
paranormal
No,
or
yeah.
anything. Yeah.
There's a place called, and I think that's where I want to call it the Vampire House or something to that effect. There's a place up there
Mm,
that might be where that happened. Um,
vampire
but
house.
it was beautiful. There's 2 different areas where they actually have bison and elk.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
They're
did
not
not know
they're
that.
fenced in, but in a huge area. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. Cool. Maybe I do want to go there someday. Maybe I should
Oh,
put that
it's
back on my
definitely
bucket
worth it.
list.
No, it's worth it. Absolutely. I'd go back tomorrow. It's that pretty.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Wow.
leave.
Plus, I could fish. So.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave at all.
I felt that way about North Georgia. Like, oh, it was so beautiful. Like, just everywhere you looked on that mountain, it was just babbling brooks everywhere, and you just wade around in them and just, I don't know, man. I love that stuff. That's my favorite. I mean, I love
Me
being out.
too.
I
Oh,
love
me
it.
too.
I love it.
Like I said, I was sitting on the bank of the lake and just sat there for a good couple hours. You know,
Yeah.
it's just so tranquil. You seeing bald
Yeah.
eagles swimming, flying around and
Um,
grabbing fish and fish that are swimming by. It was cool.
doesn't
I
get
just
any
sat
better
there for a
than
couple
that.
hours.
I can do the mountains or the beach. Either or. I'm good.
Yeah.
City you can have.
Well, see,
I'm
I could
done
do
with
the
the
city too.
beaches. I'm done with the beaches. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
I
done.
know. I know.
Done.
I know what you
Done.
mean.
Because down here, like, you can't even get a parking space, right? Like, you can't even
Oh
you
no, my
can't
idea of a
even
beach is like,
get a parking space for God's sakes. Like,
Marty, have you been to Pass Grill?
where's that
You
at?
have to check that out. It's just south of St. Pete. If you're going up,
Mhm.
if I'm coming up 4, I hit 275.
Yeah.
It's like the 4th exit. It's actually an island, but there's a bridge. It used to be an old toll bridge, but they remodeled it. It's a little island. There's one, like, I guess a little quickie mart on there, but there's no gas station, nothing. If you want anything, you got to drive back out. I think like a 50-cent
Oh,
toll to get there. This
oh
beach has
wow.
been my favorite place to go in Florida. I mean, I've been here going on 22 years next month, and I
Wow.
absolutely love. You got to look it up. It's Paso Grill.
Okay.
It's out there by Fort DeSoto, but it's past Fort DeSoto.
Passport DeSoto. All right.
Yeah,
Where
kind of.
Brian Landry went.
Yeah, exactly. I've been there so many times. I was like, "Are you
Well,
kidding me?"
I'm going to go next weekend actually. There's 4 different campsites that I'm going to go check out for us.
Cool.
I want there's one specific one that I really wanted to go to, but you can't. It said I saw like the tiny print that it said you could only get there by off-road vehicle if you have an off-road vehicle. So I'm
Oh,
like, all right, guess that's not going to work out. But I wanted that one because I was like really excited about it because there's only 4 campsites in the entire campground. It's like
that's cool.
4
Secluded.
campsites surrounded by like, I was like, oh man, I'll bust
Now,
somebody
is that something you
upstairs.
have to make a reservation for, or is it just first come, first serve?
First come, first serve. But I really want to go check out Bear Island. And literally, I've been checking every single week, and they only released and opened up the campground at Bear Island literally this
Oh,
past
wow.
weekend. So I'm going to check that one out and a few others. I found a really interesting one that's kind of further south. And it's like a lake that's an entire like a square, and then like all of the campsites are like kind of like around it, but there's nothing else in the area. Nothing
Hmm.
else. There's nothing else anywhere near. So I'm like, all right, that might be interesting because you guys like to fish and we like to fish. So
And which
that
one
would
is
be.
that?
I can't remember the name of it. It's I'll text it. I'll send
All
it
right.
to Stevie. I'll message it to her. Can't remember the name of it, but I had never seen that one before, and that one's a little further south. But it might be a nice place. But so next week I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a drive out there and go check out like 3 or 4 of them and see kind of like, I want to kind of see the area. I want to see what it
Sure.
looks like first, kind of get a
Right.
vibe, and see if I can pick up anything out there. And that
Very good.
kind of happens
Sounds like a
for
plan.
me. Yeah.
Sounds
So.
fun.
Fly by Stu, how are you? Michael Haywood, great to see you. Hey, Papa C.
Old Buzzard. Hey,
Jay
you are
Fritz, what's
funny as hell, man.
up?
Oh my God. I
Cracks me
cry.
up.
I cry. I get to the
Someday,
point I can't breathe.
when
They
he's
crack
on
me
the
up.
show and I'm putting on my makeup in the morning and I'm listening to the show, I'm
You look
just
like a
sitting there
clown.
cracking up. I'm laughing so hard, and I'm just like, oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna poke myself in the eye with my, mascara. It's like, oh my gosh, that dude's hilarious. I
Yeah, he
love
is.
that guy. Love
And then
that
you
guy.
get Michael Haywood there.
Oh
And
God, you get the two of them together. Forget it.
Oh,
Doug, you got to go
Michael's funny.
away.
Yeah, Michael's funny. He's very funny.
Helton, what's up, man?
Love Michael Haywood.
Mr. J. Fritz, my friend.
Oh, stop. Not you. This dog.
Hey,
Starting to whine.
Ryan. I love everybody in here. Everybody here.
Monster Radio. What's up, Ryan?
I know.
know,
Isn't
right?
he awesome?
Oh, shit.
love
Me and
him.
Ryan have been talking for a few years now.
Yeah.
On and off, yeah.
Yeah. He pops in my show sometimes.
He was supposed to come up and go fishing with me in Arizona.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan, what's the matter with you? Too late now.
Right.
He's back in Florida. Now he's a Florida boy.
Beach bum.
Beach.
No, my idea of going to the beach is like on a kayak or or
Yeah.
fishing and wading in and fishing. Or
See, I snorkeled so much before I
Excuse
lost
me.
my legs. I was
Mhm.
snorkeling everywhere, and that Paso Girl Beach was the perfect place because there's a nice sandbar. You go on the other outside of the sandbar, and I mean, dolphins, pods of dolphins are out there.
Right there. Yeah.
You know, I mean, snorkel and diving for sand dollars. You know, that's what I like to do. I love that shit.
That's awesome.
So far, I've only done a little bit of snorkeling. Was over at the
The springs,
yeah, Wekiva Springs here, just the next town over, which is cool. You know, it's like
He gets
I've never
charged by a bear.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I filmed it too.
I have never met, in all the years I've been in Florida, I've never known anybody that got bluff charged by a
I
bear.
was like 10 feet behind him.
Yeah, but I got bluff charged by a
Yeah.
bear in Florida.
Yeah.
You know.
I had just came out of the water,
I
and
filmed
he
it.
was on way on the other side of the spring. I had just come out of the water, and I was sitting on the stairs, just trying to get my legs on, really. And I hear something behind me, and there's a young couple sitting down to the right of me. And the guy gets up, and he just kind of takes off running towards the tree line and starts stomping. And that was, well, first we saw it from across. I'm sorry. When I got over there, I thought it was gone, and I was sitting there, and it comes back. he comes over, Muggs comes over and walks down just around a little bend of where it went, right on the corner. You could hear it like maybe 10 feet in the tree line, but the brush was so thick you couldn't see.
Right.
He goes around the corner and all of a sudden I hear it. I didn't see it,
Oh
but
my
I heard it.
God.
But he's got it. He
It
showed it
just
on
did
the
a little
show.
stomp.
He did
You
some
know, it was a
stomps, but
quick
came out onto
stomp,
the
and it
walkway.
was kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And
The bear scared him. He scared the
Oh
bear,
my
and both of
God.
them scared the shit out of me. I'm back about 10 feet.
I love
I
it.
was like, oh
it
shit.
wasn't a big bear, but
No, he was
again,
he was
I said it
young.
once before, and somebody questioned it. A bear's a bear. I don't care what size.
A bear's a bear.
Yeah.
It
If
can still
you
do
had to-
damage. Doesn't, you know, they can
If
do a
you
lot
had
of
to
damage.
compare, you would say it was a juvenile. I mean, he was a young bear,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, he wasn't an adult,
Yeah.
but again, he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't little
He
either.
I've seen bigger, put it that way.
You didn't
He
wanna
was
mess
big
with him.
enough, right? He
Yeah,
was big
yeah,
enough.
no, he'd put a hurting on you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They sure can. They sure can. They sure can.
Yeah, we've been just looking for new places to fish. You know,
Yeah.
we we'll look at a map and you know go okay or Google Earth what's in the area
Mhm.
and what's this one over here. Let's go try this. You know, let's go over here. Let's go over here and.
Right.
We do all right, you know. Now we just got to like get a paper map or something where we can just
So we
check
could
check
start
them off
marking it
as you know
off.
what we've caught fishing.
Yeah. One of my favorite places is to go to Sebastian Inlet. They have
Oh,
the
I
best
heard.
camping. They have like camping that's like right on like because there's like you can fish on like the bay side or you can fish off of like the jetty side or they actually have also a pier. So it's like there's 3 different areas you can go to, but the campsites are I don't know, $20 a night or something. And there's like they have electric, they have water, they have showers, they have like
Now,
every
where
facility.
is Sebastian Inlet?
I think it's north of you guys. I think it's north of you guys.
East Coast, West Coast?
Oh no, East Coast.
East
Okay.
Coast. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's east. I'm trying to think. I think it's actually
It-
just south of us. I don't know. I'm not sure.
South of you.
I've never
Yeah.
been. I've been here
Yeah,
all these years. I've never been.
it's great. They have flounder, you name it. I
Oh,
mean, it's just it's got so much. There's so much diversity. Drum, you can get redfish, you can get bluefish, you can get. I mean, and now we're coming up into January, so we're talking like bluefish and the drum, like all of those are and the flounders, like that's kind of right now is the time for all that.
I think April. When is it? January, February, March. I think you get the kingfish, king mackerel.
Get a lot of
Yeah.
mackerel there. A lot of mackerel. Yeah. There's so much diversity as far as fish that you can catch in Sebastian because of the way that it's it's hard to explain. It's like there's like the whole side where there's the beach, right? Where the pier goes out, but then underneath the bridge where the current comes in, there's this like gorgeous bay, kind of like Tampa Bay almost. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
like you can choose, like, oh, you want to go over here, and then they also underneath this big, huge bridge that you go over, underneath there, are catwalks. So you can either be on the north side or the south side of underneath the bridge. So you can fish there too, or off the beach. Like there's so many. It's really a nice place.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and to camp there is great. Yeah, because you're right on the water. You're right there, and you can just walk to everything.
That's
Yeah.
the way to do it. It's definitely the way to do it.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's my favorite spot in the world.
Just seeing who slipped in chat. I missed.
Yeah, did you miss anybody?
Catherine Lundquist, welcome. Great to see you.
My Judy Wheeler is here. I love.
Hey, Judy.
I love Miss Judy.
Bat Mom, what's up?
Oh, you would love hanging out with Judy. I tell you what, driving up to the rim with her and Jay. I laugh so much. I mean, she will make you laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh, and you just laugh bouncing off each other, laughing. 90% of the trip, that's what it was.
Hey, man, that's what
Yeah.
life's about, right?
She's a sweet woman.
She is very much a sweetheart.
Just having fun. That's what
Love
life's
you,
about.
sweetie.
Responsible fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, responsible.
Those days are gone.
Ship has sailed
And sank.
and sank. It's like the Fitzgerald.
Jeez.
Where's your regular crew? Where is everybody tonight? They left
don't
you all
know.
alone?
I don't know what you'd consider my regular crew. I really don't have one.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's the same
You're
people jump
regulars.
on all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I'd love to see new faces. I'm so happy that you jumped on.
Thank you. I love being here. When I do my shows, like I move my shows to Tuesdays, and I try really hard to not go past 9:00 because of your show. And yet
Thanks.
the last couple of times though, it's happened that my guests kind of like we ran a little long. And then if I get the show done in an hour, then I'm great. But then I end up backstage. One night when I was with I had Shane from Ozark Mountain Sasquatch. When I did the interview with him, we finished, and he and I sat up backstage and talked till after midnight. I didn't even know what time it was.
I
All of a
know,
sudden
it's
I looked up and I'm
amazing
like,
how time
God.
flies. Like you can do a show. I'll do a 2-hour show. We used to do a 2-hour show and then hang out for 2 or 3 hours.
yeah.
It's like, dude, we've been together like 5 hours, guys. I gotta get some sleep.
I know, right? I'm like, Shane, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, shit, I
you
didn't
know?
realize it was freaking 12:30. I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I ain't never gonna get up in the morning. But it's
That's
so much
me
fun.
half the time.
Yeah. You just don't even feel it. You don't even feel it. Like you're like, it's so much fun like that. Like, are you guys coming to the Ocala conference?
When is it?
It's April 22nd.
I heard
It's
about
the
it.
same one as last year, Stevie,
Right.
except it's not in Lakeland this year. It's going to be in Ocala.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like Ocala. I've been trying to get him to go out there, take a ride out.
Me too. I want to go to Ocala National Forest.
I used to hike it all the time.
The conference is going to have all really big names this year. We've got David Politis. We've got Jeff Meldrum.
Wow.
We've
Yeah,
got
I saw the
Ronnie
lineup.
Ronnie LeBlanc. We've got
That's cool.
who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. I can't remember who.
I can't remember.
But
I looked at it briefly just to figure out if it was the same conference.
Well, it's the same.
It is.
This is the
Different
second.
venue.
Yeah, it's just a different venue, and they're different speakers. So it's gonna be good though. This one's gonna be packed because of probably because of David Politis and Meldrum being there. Oh, Ron Moorhead. That was the other.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So it's gonna be packed this year. So, but yeah, it's gonna be.
It was
fun.
funny. I mean, the first one that I went to, the first Florida conference, I walk in and everybody's online, and I didn't, because they're all prepaid. I didn't prepay, and I like walked up to the table. I'm like, there's no one there. I mean, there's a guy working the table. I'm like, can I just buy a ticket? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, right on. Here. And I walked right in.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 30 minutes later, everybody's
still in line that prepaid. Yeah. Yeah. That's a funny part. It's true. That happened at Lakeland too. And I was so pissed. I had prepaid for, I think, me, Matt, and his wife. I prepaid for the shirts, right? When we got there, they changed the shirts. So if you prepaid when you bought your tickets and you paid for the shirt, you didn't get the new shirt with the new logo. You got the shirt with the shitty logo. I was so pissed. I was like, look, I don't want that shirt. I want that shirt. And they're like, no, but you paid for this shirt. And I'm like, no, but I don't want to pay for that shirt. I want to pay for that shirt.
It's $5. Give me the damn shirt.
Yeah. $5. I had
you know
to
what I'm saying? If you already paid for this one,
Mhm.
what are you gonna? Why couldn't they give out the old one or the new one?
That's what I'm saying. They were being idiots. They changed the logo I want to say they changed the logo like I don't know, a month before. So if you bought your ticket, way back, whatever, how many months before that, forget it. You got screwed.
Richie wants to know where and how much. Where in
The
Ocala and how much are
tickets,
the tickets?
yeah, the tickets are $25 for like general admission. They do have like some VIP tickets, sections that are more. I want to say there's like a $75 one, a $50 one, and I think a
Yeah, no.
100 and
Yeah.
another,
25 is fine.
like, yeah, there's different tiers. And then they have they have a Facebook page, and just if you Google Florida Bigfoot Conference 2023, it'll come up. Great Florida Bigfoot Conference 2023. It'll come up in Facebook, and their page is there, and you can go through, gather up, and buy tickets through there.
And this will be
I
the
just
third
got,
one, right?
No, this is the second one.
yeah,
No.
this is the second one,
This
and
is the second one. The first one was last year. That's the one I went to. That's how I met Marty.
What the hell did
yeah,
I go to? I went to a Florida conference, Bigfoot conference. That's where it was in Lakeland.
Yeah.
maybe it
think
was
that was
different,
one-
put on by a different group.
That was right before my amputation.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
I
'cause
had
we were still
paid this.
down.
Yeah, the story, right, Stevie, was I had gotten a hotel room, and then after I had got the hotel room, I wanted to be in the hotel that was closest to the venue where everybody else was going to be at. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just cancel this one. Well, they wouldn't let me cancel it. So I just said to Matt, I was like, all right, well, we got it. We paid for it. So put feelers out to anybody who wants or needs a hotel room for the night. And sure enough,
Here I come.
yeah, Stevie's like, yeah, I'll take it. I'm like, all right, girl. I went, I checked in as if I was going to stay there. And I was like, yeah, my friend's going to be back in a little while. And I went back to the thing and I gave her I'm like, here you go. Here's the keys to the
Yeah.
room.
Very cool.
That was very cool.
Yeah. So that's how we actually met. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah. This
First
year
conference.
was, I think
Supernatural
I found,
Spectrum. What's up, man? Welcome.
there's Matt. There is Matt.
That's Matt.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'll show you guys.
I'm glad I know that
did
because
I
Matt's a
did
lot
this
easier than
I'm
too many
gonna
syllables.
I'm gonna share this with you guys. This is so cool. Okay, so I got this. It's a FLIR.
Okay.
It's actually a FLIR, right? And
Mhm.
you just plug it into your iPhone,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
It works so good.
FLIR one.
And it's like, yeah, the FLIR one. This thing was so awesome. We did. I don't know if anybody has been to my channel, but go check it out. We caught Santa on FLIR for the grandkids.
They are
So,
cool though. He's got
it
one.
works.
They're very
Works
cool.
so good.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how good
I
it worked.
I was using his when the first night I got to LBL.
Mine's a little older, but not much. Still,
I was
yeah.
able to look around the campsite and I saw something up on the ridge. It looked like something was laying down. It could have been a deer. I mean, it was only there for a few minutes. It wasn't nothing creepy. It wasn't Bigfoot. It was an animal for sure.
Yeah.
But it was cool just to be able to look through that and see so clearly, and so far off too.
Yeah. You can see pretty far away. Matt and I were after we did our Santa thermal, then we went outside and we were playing around with it, and yeah, he was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna go behind this big bush. I want you to see if you can tell me if you can see me."
Right?
I haven't even used mine that much.
Do it. Constant researchers. What are you gonna do about it, right? Got to put stuff to the
wrong
test,
with that.
man. You got to put stuff to the test,
right?
I'll be using it. I'm gonna show up and be like, I'm here with my FLIR, my $175 FLIR.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
No, I like it though because it's got the different settings where you can change the colors. It's pretty cool.
Yep. 100%. 100%. Well, I am going to say goodnight, guys. It is 10 o'clock and I do have to get up and I'm tired. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
Good
thank
So
to
you
see
good to
so
see
much for
you.
coming on.
Yeah.
I really look forward to camping out.
Absolutely.
I know. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Matt, you need to send Mogs and Stevie the places to go for the clown knife fish. We
He
talked about
still
that.
if he still has his same phone, I'm probably in his phone because I know we swapped numbers that night when we met.
Okay. Yeah, he probably does have the same number.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got the same number. I think he's had the same number for a really long time.
yeah, me too. Me
So,
too.
but yeah.
Well, very good.
Good night. Good night,
Thank you,
guys.
dear.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Lee and everybody. Thanks for putting the link to my channel in the chat. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. I can't wait for us to go hang out and go
Looking forward
camping.
to it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, guys. All right.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Have an amazing night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wave this way.
Thanks.
Well, that was cool. Nona Boss, Marty. Great to see her. See, guys, it's that simple. Anybody wants to come on, hang out? You just want to bullshit?
You don't have to show yourself. See?
Link is in chat. I'm trying to read what Richie said.
Me too.
Despite that, it's like all in caps. I can't read it. Sometimes I'm afraid to. Oh, no, he's talking about killing Rudolph. Never mind. Whatever. I'm still trying to figure out why you think, Richie, that you think skunk apes are evil. Skunk apes. I think you've been watching too much of Steve Lilly. Great stories. Don't get me wrong, but I just think they're promoting killing Bigfoot a little too much. No, but I love the stories. I've listened to every one.
Probably more than one.
And D.A. Roberts, Operation Hunt, that whole series.
Yeah.
Operation Wild Hunt. I think I've heard everything on that.
It's good stuff.
Mr. Lee, you like your wrench? Yeah, I've threatened him with that before. I've taken away his wrench. Didn't matter.
Only for a second.
Only for a second. That's true. I pussied out. I'll keep it back. Excuse me. Don't drop your phone.
I almost did.
Yeah, like I said earlier, with Marty, I had seen some videos on those fish that she was talking about, the clown knives. I had seen them when I was a kid. I mean, I worked in a pet store when I was younger, and we sold them there. And they're pretty cool because they can actually swim backwards. They can stop on a dime, swim backwards. It's just all in there. They almost look like a rod. If you've ever seen a rod on some of these videos where they claim these rods are flying by and you see that undulation, it's kind of how their bottom fin is. It has that weird undulation to it. All right. Who's next? I'm going to keep flooding this chat until someone shows up. I'm in my chat, whatever you want to call
Where
it.
is Miss Dill?
Yeah, Miss Dill's not here tonight. It is true. There's a few people I'm sure that aren't here. What do we have? 46 watching? 48? That's awesome. So yeah, guys, aside from the people in chat, if you are watching just in the audience and you're not, you're just chilling, you're more than welcome to join us. You can come on, BS, introduce yourself. We were talking about this earlier about, I said, okay, there's 50 people watching and there's 15 in chat. There's 35 people. Who are they? What's their story? You know, you don't know everybody's, you don't get to meet everybody that watches the show. He's like, I wasn't talking about killing. No. See, now, there she is. Miss Dill's here.
Yeah.
What?
It's all right.
I mean,
Miss-
she's lurking.
Miss Dill, you excuse me. You need to come on the show. You haven't been on in a long time.
Just clean your camera. Well, it solved. I mean, although
I know.
it was pretty interesting to see all those different lights.
The red light. Jeff talks about the red lights all the time.
And that just cleared up a little Windex. It's more like. I should talk. My camera's probably dirty too. Don't apologize, Dill. She's like, sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm listening. Well, don't fall in love with the livestock there, Papa. I have raised pigs and cattle, fell in love with them, and then had to kill them. I like hunting better. It's less personal. Well, you're not attached to the animal you're about to dispatch. Jeff says, come on, Miss Dill, model those flannel sleepy pants. Yeah, half the time her ass falls out of them. So, she actually moved our camera one time.
That's why I was laughing. I remember.
You're dreaming, Rich. So, Miss Dill, you are not wrapped up in a red bow and my gift to Santa Claus. As my gift to Santa Claus. To Santa Claus? You're giving... Wow. Sorry, guys. We're just being silly tonight.
Why not?
Oh, cold coffee.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is out here.
Let's see.
I think I can see my breath. LIB. What's up, sir?
What's happening?
What are you up to, man?
What it do?
What it do, Stevie?
What it is?
What it ain't?
What it would be?
Oh,
What it could
be. I don't know. I was going to sleep, and then one of the babies woke up, and they went right back to sleep, but I was wide awake. So I'm making some Manhattan clam chowder. So while it's cooling off, I figured I'd come say hi.
Right on.
That sounds good.
I'm more of a New England clam chowder guy, but
Yeah, me too.
But
You know
every
what?
once in a while.
Yeah, that's it. Like once in a while, I grab the red, and I think I just got to remind myself why I like the white. You remember? You know what?
With clams.
You remember Ace Ventura when he's trying to get in the party with that guy, and he's like, "What's the password?" And he's like, "New England clam chowder." And he's like, "Is that the red or the white?" And like, I don't know. It always, every time, it always makes me think of that. It's right after like he goes in that Shark Tank, and it's like he's dragging him back and forth, and he's like, "It's not Snowflake." I'm not gonna begin to try to do Jim Carrey. Not at this time of night.
Any time of night? I mean,
Yeah, right. So what's going on?
not much, dude. Just
Yeah.
Just recovering from the weekend. Not recovering. It was a peaceful, quiet weekend. Just
It Those are the
Still
best
not
kind.
used to the cold. It's gonna go away. I mean, what's today? Tuesday?
It warmed up today. It was nice.
Yeah,
It was
today
nice
was like,
for a
yeah,
few hours. As
yeah,
soon as
today
that
was
sun
nice
set,
for a few hours.
as soon as that sun set, it got quite chilly.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow,
I think it's like 51
and then
right
in a
now.
week it'll be in the 80s.
I was out in the field like 2 days ago, and uh it was like, it was getting close to when I got out there. It was by the time I got to the place, it was probably about 3:30. I can't remember, but I was like, all right, I probably only got like an hour or so, and like the sun was surprisingly like kind of hanging up there. I don't know, maybe because it was the mountains, like it was just more open. I don't know, uh, but it didn't fall as soon as I thought it was gonna fall at 4:40, at 4:15, and like 4:30, it was still kind of up.
Well, that's
But
what happened today.
yeah, but it was the cold that made me go back. But yeah, like it didn't make sense. Like I drove all the way back home, like 20 minutes. It was still up, and I'm like, "What the hell happened?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, dude. Today we were sitting there fishing. It was 5:30. It was still light, and I'm like, "Woohoo! We're on the other side of." I said, "The days are getting longer now." I said, "We
So,
already."
yeah.
Well, the 21st was winter. That's the longest day.
Oh,
So
I
from
see.
from from the 21st till
I
the
see.
first
So
day of
it's not.
summer, the days start getting longer.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking I just got lucky.
Yeah.
I just figured NASA fucked up.
Somebody did.
They screwed up something.
Mr. Hugh, take care, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Oh yeah, I'm up here. People are gonna start bouncing. This asshole.
Oh, stop.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
funny because we said the same thing today. I was like, it's just I got that feeling. I'm like, I know last week this time it was dark. What the hell happened? I'm looking around and like it's
Well,
5:30.
it's wild. Like if you just go out to, like, some people are really anal. Like I know guys that, like, they know ins and outs of every day, like the tides and this and that, and like how the moon's gonna affect the tide, and like what time sunrise and sunset and this and that, and like I'm like, yeah, I'm like, can we just go? Like we missed about
Waiting
three
for the
fish
fucking
already.
planets to align.
Fucking planning logistics, like you pretty, don't get tangled. Bring some bait. You don't have to overthink it. I enjoy fishing. So like if I catch a fish, it's a bonus. Like I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I didn't
Well,
catch shit today. Nothing. Sat there and watched them catch, three. Went two different spots. Had a ball. I loved it. I mean, I got
Yeah.
a nice bite at the end. It snatched my bait, and I was like, all right, we're done.
Like I do magnet fishing now too, and like it's not like you're gonna catch anything fantastic. You're catching like rusty metal and like or like fishing lures and like what, like a
It's
gun from like a
addicting.
fucking from a robbery once.
Yeah,
Like
I don't want to go. I
It's
don't know.
addicting though. We dropped a piece from the fishing pole and broke out the magnet one day, and we were looking for it. He gave up, and I was pulling up all kinds of crazy crap.
one day I got put in the news because I was getting Mexican food, and I got my son Colton. He's like 7 now. He got pizza next door, and we came out, and like there was like a detective out there and a couple of people, whatever. They were doing something, some kind of event or whatever, but they had stopped for lunch. And one guy dropped his keys down this like 20-foot drain, and they were like, oh, like hashing out, and I can hear them hashing out all these different things that they could do, and they were gonna call it in and like have the fire department come. And the one guy's like, I got the hook that'll pull the sewer up, but I can't get down there. He's like, if anybody had rope, like long rope. I'm like, well, I got long rope. I'm like, I actually got a magnet that'll at the end of it. And like, so the guy laid down, and I held his ankles. Like, he laid it flat, and like half his body hung in, and I held his ankles, and he dropped it down, and bing, picked up, pulled him back up, and they ended up taking pictures of us and putting us in the paper because of it. Like, which was, I mean, I didn't really care for that part because I looked like a freaking sloppy jalopy. I'm like, shit, I rolled out of bed to go get lunch. You know what I mean? Like, hi.
Fuck.
Put
Bedhead
me-
and, you know.
yeah, be exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
But the coolest part was my son was calling me a hero. He was like, "You're a
Oh,
hero.
right on.
You saved the day." And I was like, that was the best part of it all. You know,
That's cool.
he thought it was so cool that we were able to help. So
That's like when I was a kid, you know, I grew up on the Jersey Shore and we had a boardwalk with rides and shit and arcades and stuff. And some girl dropped her earring and it fell between the slots in the boardwalk, but it got
Mhm.
caught up on something. And they're like, they couldn't reach it. There was no way they could reach it. So I
Yeah,
walked over, I looked at it, I said, hold on. I grabbed a straw and a piece of chewing gum. Chewed
that's
the
all.
gum,
Yeah,
put it on the end of the straw, stuck it down there, and handed her earring back.
yeah,
They were like, holy shit.
yeah.
I was like 10.
But that was when MacGyver was still on TV. He was showing you how to.
Right before MacGyver.
Well, oh, it was before MacGyver, so you were the original.
No, I'm just some guy that uses a straw and a fucking piece of gum. I didn't build a bomb. You need 2 straws for that.
You get my drift. He put shit together
No.
out of nothing.
I know. No, that was a great show.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not too
didn't see
thrilled
much.
with the new one.
There's one called like MacGruber, I think, where they make fun of him.
No,
It's
there's
kind of
another
like,
MacGyver.
is there?
Yeah, I think this guy's Asian. I think.
You know, it's hard. Well, yeah. I mean, with the times of technology and all that shit, I mean, that would be a good storyline, I guess. I don't know. I
But
can't figure.
it's the same. No, actually, was it? I don't remember. It's the same Phoenix Foundation and all that, but it was just a newer version. You know, it was.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
cool.
kind of like more partial to Richard Dean Anderson.
I mean, they redo everything in a different way, and like it's not the same. You know what I mean?
No.
Like when they remake Jumanji, and it's like they get sucked into like a digital video game. You know?
Well, it's like the Christmas Story. I didn't know that they did the recent, I guess, HBO Max. All the characters from the original oh, we lost them.
Well, keep talking.
All the characters from the original show, they're all grown up now, and apparently it's their story now with their children. I haven't seen it. I just heard about it the other day, but to me, it just wouldn't seem the same.
Well, I put the link back in chat. Mike, if you want to click back on it. I'm sure it was just a little oops, it wasn't me. I think I've learned what buttons to push and what not to push. Okay, some might push on purpose. But...
Yeah.
Oh, my face is red from the sun. It's getting puffy too. I'm getting fat, guys.
Oh Lord.
First of the year, shit's gonna change.
Yes. Still got a few days.
I don't think I saw the second Jumanji. I don't, or the third one if they had a third one.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
Didn't see that one either. The first one was, that was cool. It was clever. Jeff says Stevie has to be careful magnet fish and drop it straight down and keep it.
Well, I was getting ready to write
And
in
it keeps clicking to her foot.
I was getting ready to write in chat. I said, imagine me metal detecting. How far I got to hold the metal detector away from my feet. I'll be walking circles all day.
And not dig up a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
Should have a moat around her.
Where'd Stevie go? Oh, God.
2023 gonna hit it hard. Well, you know, this is like right now I'm the heaviest I've been in 2 years. Um, just lazy and eating wrong. I know how to eat right. I used to do it. But like I said, when COVID hit, I went back to comfort food, for some reason, and a lot of people did.
Everybody did.
But I'm just looking at myself right now and I'm like, oh shit, look how puffy I am.
Yeah, that's why I'm not all the way on the camera.
Because I'm that big.
No. I'm saying I hide myself. Stupid.
But yeah, so I gotta change some things soon. And I'm not worried about it. I'm just, we just gotta do it.
Just have a few more days.
But yeah. I don't want to be. I'm not feeling. I don't feel terrible. It's in my gut. That's where I carry my weight. Most guys do. And that's the last place I'll lose weight. I'll lose it everywhere else. My face. And it's the gut that's the last. But I can get it down. I'm not gonna sweat it. But it's funny. About 5 years ago, I told somebody, a friend of mine, I said, by the time I'm 55, I want to be in the best shape of my life. So I'm 55, so I still have time. I can get there. We'll see. I'll get there.
You will. Me too.
It's just, when it's too easy, it's too convenient to stop at a drive-through, and I hate, I got away from that for so long, and I got down here and it was just convenient. Yeah, I love to cook. I mean, shit, that's, this is.
Yes, he does.
I made Christmas dinner and, dinner tonight. Tonight we had breakfast for dinner.
Mm.
I did the whole bacon and potatoes and
breakfast scramble.
Yeah. This time I put brown and served sausage in it, onions and
bacon on the side,
mushrooms, and yeah, it was the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, Mr. Lee. No more potatoes. I know that's tough, dude. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy, but yeah, I'm gonna explore that whole keto, read up on it more. But yeah, there's a lot of things I just got to cut out. I can eliminate totally. Sugar,
sweets.
I've been.
That's our demon.
I love cookies. I love cakes. Whatever, and a glass of milk. And for a long time, I wouldn't touch it. And then now I do.
And then.
And then. And then.
And then.
Donald says, I wish my legs were what they were when I was 16 or 18.
I was going to say, me too.
You would have a biking partner at Eisenwoods.
I was going to reply, me too. Sorry. Oh no, Jeff.
Yeah, let's see. What is it? It's not easy when Stevie can eat 10,000 calories and not gain a pound.
Oh no.
On that.
You have no idea, Jeff. I at one point, probably just 4 years ago, weighed almost 300 pounds. No lie. And I've managed to keep it off all these years, and I intend to keep it off because I can't go back to that again. That was the worst, most unhealthy time of my life. I worry. I do. because I know how easy it is to get back to that. It's very easy. So, yeah, no, I can't eat 10,000 calories. I wish. I wish. I eat like a bird half the time. I graze, I guess, throughout the day.
No, but the whole thing with like the keto thing is that whole you're fasting. You only have a window of opportunity to eat, say a 4 hour
And
window or something.
that's almost impossible for me with
No,
my,
because well,
I say, with my schedule.
I don't get up. I mean, I don't eat. Like I woke up, I didn't eat anything all day until dinner.
And that's not good. See, I'm a breakfast person. I've got to have that energy first thing in the morning. I got to have something. If it's me grabbing something on the way
What's up, Papa?
to work.
Not much.
How you
Papa!
doing?
I am doing good.
How's Nana?
Well, she's mad at me.
Oh,
What'd you do?
Argued with her about how to teach the grandkid how to make an A.
Ugh. You know you're not going to win that argument.
No, I don't know why I did. It's too spendy.
don't know why there's an argument.
Tell man I said hello.
Okay, when she starts talking to me again.
All right.
Well, no, things are cool when the next time she walks by and whacks you on the head.
Right. Or not.
Or not. I don't. She might have the flu.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, that's yeah. The kid had it. I had a cold. I haven't got the flu yet. It's probably come tomorrow.
I think I've been blessed to not be sick since I was sick, since I lost my legs. I went through so much illness. I mean, I was near death. I mean, literally. And
Yeah.
recovering from that, it's the
Ugh.
greatest thing. I haven't. And usually I can name times of the year when I would get sick, right before Christmas, right before school would start. I would never failed for years. It was like clockwork. I'd always get sick certain times of the year. And now I'm blessed so far.
Mid South, how's it going?
All right.
Yeah,
So-
no, I gotta do some research and see which way I want to go with this. You know, if I want to do the keto thing.
That's it.
Right.
That's an interesting thing, Mogs. How that sickness works. We have it forever. You should look at these guys on their speeches on their channel. They're big shot doctors, and they're having a fight with all the heads of the government and everything about this. But you got this thing. It's insulin resistance for 20 years, and it's pre-diabetes for 10 or 15 years, and then it's type 2 diabetes, and it's the same disease, and 88% of us have it. Holy crap. And it started in like 1980.
Yep.
And some people get fat, some people get to have mental problems, some people get, and it's all that insulin resistance thing they're calling it, and they don't even know what the heck it is yet. Either our mitochondria, our cells are so jam full of fat nothing can get in them, or they quit listening to the insulin because shoving all that sugar into each cell would kill them. So I have no idea what. All I know is that if you quit eating, if you're broken, you probably can't metabolize carbs. And so I just decided not to eat them.
So with the keto diet, do they incorporate exercise with that too? Is there any
Oh,
guidance towards that?
Heck yeah, and you better eat all your veggies, you know. Just not the ones that turn into sugar. And then your body will adapt and start burning fat, and one of the byproducts of that fat is ketones, and they fill up your bloodstream, and your brain will take them any day over blood sugar, and runs a little more efficiently. And I've noticed that. I mean, even my ex-wife, who was there here for the holidays, says, "Hey, your brain works better." I,
Wow.
It's like, were you saying I was stupid? No.
yeah, I was stupid being married to her. She was gay. It just wasn't going to work.
Wow.
Jeez, you're turning them, huh? Wow.
That was, yeah, that's what. Now, she said that most definitely if she liked guys, she would have picked me. So that was awful nice of her to say that. But yeah, she's a wonderful person. Just don't be a guy and try and have a relationship with you, or it's going to be ugly. And I have 3 kids with her. Well, 2 and one's a stepkid, but
Well,
I raised him.
that's like the other day. Mokes got to meet my ex, my first husband. You know, I mean, I was young when I married him. We had a couple children, and it got ugly over years. Years went by, and then one day it was like, you know what? This is stupid. Why are we so angry? You know, we share the children, so let's make amends, and we did. And he's a great guy. He was a great guy then. You know, we just couldn't live together. Shit happens, whatever. But yeah, it was cool that Mike got a chance to meet him because he is a good guy. And we've been friends, you know, last I don't know 20 years. I think we went about a 10-year period of not talking. But yeah, he's a great guy. I'm glad I got to meet him.
And it was just weird meeting him because,
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
well, she never referred to me as Mogs. It was always Russell. But he's seen the show and didn't know that Russell and Mogs were the same person.
He didn't know.
So when he shows up,
He comes around the corner yesterday, and I mean, I'm walking over to where he parked, and first thing I mean, he wasn't even out of the car. He's like, "You didn't tell me Russell was Mogs." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "I'm sure I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know." It was just funny because he didn't relate the two. You know, I forever talked about Russell, and it was as Russell. You know, I never referred to him as Mogs usually outside the show. But yeah, it was cool. He didn't know, Russell was Moog.
Pine Island's got it right. It was Mountain Dew.
yeah, well, it's also Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew's only half as bad, so you can drink 3 times as many.
There you go.
Nope.
He says Diet Mountain Dew because that's what I drink mostly. If I have a soda, it's usually a Diet Dew.
Well,
Any diet sodas with aspartame in them, or anything with aspartame in it,
I know.
you shouldn't be drinking.
No. But if
Drink that garbage anyway. Just sodas in general.
I could buy a case of soda and it'll last 3 weeks, a month.
I am glad, before I tried this keto diet, I had been on all the other diets, the vegan diets, everything but like Atkins style diets, because this is just what's that, evolvement of that. But I had tried them all, and I had given up sugar and everything. It's just that I was so broken I couldn't. If I ate a piece of bread, my blood sugar went to 300.
Yeah.
And that just happens all of a sudden. And so I've been doing this for 5 months and a day now, and I was worried because my blood sugar wasn't coming down, or my blood pressure's holding a little. But I imagine my arteries are so screwed up after 7 heart attacks, that blood pressure ain't going to come down. Those arteries are not, they're probably made out of bone. I mean, they ground them out in the heart so that they wouldn't,
Well, but it seems like you've got a handle on a lot. Everything that you've been doing has been really beneficial for you, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of lively too. That's
that's good.
That's cool.
Linda, I grew up down in Point Pleasant on Jersey Shore.
Jeff, I have tried the glazed donut diet too. It doesn't work, and Mountain Dew was the devil for me, and then Pepsi. And well, if you drink a 20-ounce soda, right, with sugar in it, you've overloaded your liver for 2 days. And
Wow.
so that's what's wrong. We're making it's what we're doing to the kids. I mean, there's more to it than just getting fat and getting diabetes. Like I said, some of us get heart disease. You know, I was never fat. Maybe a little pooch in your belly. You know, when that belly starts pushing out, that means your liver's pushing all that out, and all your organs got fat around them, and that stuff don't go away very easy. So yeah, that's being the last thing to go is some of my belly.
Yeah, that's the last place I lose it.
Yeah, because it's inside.
But
I don't
it will
know.
go away.
It's a different kind of fat too. Some of it, man, you just got to wait for the whole friggin' cell to die and be replaced because they don't let the fat go anymore. The fat's messed up. Something's wrong with it.
It's all the preservatives.
I wish. Oh yeah, all the preservatives in the food. Yeah, those are. That might be some of them. That might be the cause of the diabetes part. They don't know yet. It might be DDT's done it to us all, but you know what I mean? They sprayed that, and then they said, "Oh, it's killing all the birds." You know, making their. It killed a lot of things like that. Slowly.
Eagles, because it was when they were laying their eggs, their shells were too thin because of the DDT. The shells,
Right.
the eggs weren't surviving.
Right, and it took them, like we had our magpies all but disappeared, and it took them 20, 30 years to come back around here. And yeah, the hawks and the eagles disappeared. They were clear up in Alaska where they hadn't covered the world with DDT, but I guess it's still out there and killing the whole world.
Wow. Well, it's just like, look at all the mercury in lakes and shit. You know, you go out west where they were the gold mining, and they would use mercury to separate the gold and from the rock.
Oh, I
The mercury
know.
would stick to the gold, and people were playing with this shit, and they were going insane. It was driving them nuts because that's what it did. It was mercury poisoning.
Yeah. Yeah, so
But that mercury's still in the friggin' lakes and in the waters, you know. It's
yeah.
in the lakes in Arizona, you can't eat the fish. They say don't eat the walleye in this lake because of high mercury content. That's like, okay, you know, but that kind of sucks.
Yeah, you know, Idaho's bad that way. The Snake River, and the Snake River this far down. Anyway, a lot of those rivers that flow down out of the wild mountains of Idaho are full of mercury because they just flow right through huge cinnabar deposits.
Kelly M, how are you?
Yeah, that
liquid sugar and sweet. Yeah, it's too sweet.
that's fructose. Sugar is like sugar's 100 on the sweetness scale, right? And glucose is like 70, and fructose is 175. So
Wow.
it is really, really, really sweet, and that's what they put in that pop to do it. And the tea and the juices. It's interesting stuff to learn. I'll say this guy's name again because he's leading the charge, and he went to law school so he could even sue these big food companies because he says they got us addicted. He can prove it in the brain, and his name is Robert Lustig, and he's kind of leading the charge on this thing.
In what aspect?
In that he is going around the country talking to all the doctors. And there's a jillion YouTube videos of him with rooms full of doctors all over the country giving this same speech, basically.
Okay.
And then him and a bunch of other guys have gotten together, and they are suing these food companies. Like, they made them take the Heart Healthy off of all their breakfast cereals. Remember how that was on all of them there for a while? Yeah. And so, I was reading Jeff. He's got me distracted again. So anyway, what he's got to tell is some pretty good stuff about these kids who he's an endocrinologist for obese kids in his clinic, and they had some cancer, and they killed their hippocampus with radiation therapy, but cured the cancer. And then the kids got ridiculously obese. Their bodies were chock-a-block full of insulin. They got ridiculously obese and just sat on the couch and whined. And and this was an aha moment for him, because he gave them a drug that stopped the production of insulin, that lowered their insulin. Kids lost weight. Quit, she says, I took my little girl to Taco Bell the other day, and she usually has about 5 tacos. She's only had 2, and then she went home and started vacuuming the floor. And he goes, oh. And so, yeah, the sugar makes us sick and lazy, and we cannot stop eating it. I mean, right now, I'm probably like bad-mouthing alcohol in the bar. Because fructose is like metabolized exactly like alcohol. You drink alcohol, first pass through the liver, gets turned into acetaldehyde, and then the next, and fructose first pass through the liver, it's turned into acetaldehyde, and that is really poisonous. And so, yeah, and all of our like meters to check blood glucose and stuff like that, they don't check the fructose.
Oh, really?
They can't see it. They don't have a test for it. And it's 7 times as bad as glucose running through our system. So it's breaking all kinds of weird things. I mean, most of our mental health problems might be caused by this too.
And supposedly 4 out of 10 people walking on the street have mental health issues.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, it's worldwide now. That depression thing is the biggest problem in the whole world right now.
I mean, there's varying levels of mental illness, but,
it's varying levels of sugar consumption too.
Sure.
See, now the Chinese and the Indians in India, they have more diabetes in those 2 countries than us, and they're not fat. So the way it's working on them is just giving them diabetes.
Huh.
And yeah, it seems to be giving everybody depression. What I think another thing that happens is once we get too gummed up with it, we can't absorb the vitamins into our cells anymore. I mean, those cells aren't letting sugar in, but they're not letting anything in. And so we can't burn it real good, and and they just say we're fat and lazy, right? Carbs in, carbs out. I mean, or whatever. Calories in, calories out.
Hey,
How you been?
I have diabetes. I'm type
So
2.
do I. So do I.
But I'm type 2, but with insulin. So I take one shot a day, and I have this meter. Let me see if I can find that checks my blood glucose. I don't know if you heard it, but reading
Yeah.
was that's because I've been sitting here eating pecans.
I was type 1, treated as type 1 and type 2 after my gallbladder was removed. They found a stone in the track to my pancreas, had pressed against my pancreas, probably from birth. So they didn't think that it would heal, but it took about 2.5 years, almost 3 years. That's why I lost all the weight that I did and tried to get myself healthy again, because I was being treated as type 1 and type 2. I was taking long lasting Lantus for the day, in the morning, and then throughout the day, you know, every time I check my sugar, every time I eat, before I eat, after I eat. I mean, it went on for almost 3 years. I said, I
Well,
just,
I wouldn't need insulin if I'd get up off my ass and just start walking.
Yep,
well,
that's
But,
what
that
they
might,
tell
like
us. That
me, that
but
might
it's
not be
true.
easy for you. It might
I
not be
would.
easy for you. I mean, I know it wasn't easy for me,
I
not at all.
can't. I can't because I've got an artificial knee and a cage in my back. But they make these veggie pastas
Mm-hmm.
that are made with vegetables. The pastas with vegetables, and me and my husband eat them. And our sugar, my meter don't go off all day. And I sit here and drink Coke all day,
Mm.
and my meter don't go off.
Wow.
you drink Diet Coke, right?
No, no, no.
No,
Just regular
just
Coke.
Oh,
regular.
That'll
do you
kill
know
you. It's
why it don't
regular.
go off? Because the meter don't read fructose.
I I don't have a problem with it. No, it'll go
Okay,
off if I
well,
sit here
hang
and
in
eat
there.
four four suckers. It'll go. I can make it go off,
Oh, I
but
know a sucker
I
will do
don't
it.
drink. I don't drink this that much. I only have like a half a cup a day.
A half a cup.
You
Yeah.
know the
What in the hell is wrong with a 20-ounce Pepsi? Come on now.
Well, it's whatever size.
4 of
20
them in a row. That's how I did it.
They're 20 ounces.
the first thing I did when I had set my mind to getting myself right, the first thing I did, and probably the only thing I did for a long time, was I took sugar out of everything I drink.
Yep.
Just what I drank.
Processed food
I
too.
ate whatever the heck I wanted. I mean, anything I wanted really, but I just concentrated on taking the sugar out of everything I drink, and that right there, just how good I felt after, say, the
Yeah.
first months. I mean, it felt like a
I
cleansing. So then I started paying
So,
attention to more what I was eating.
I lost
From that
20
on.
pounds by cutting out my sodas and
Right.
going to the red diamond tea, and then I would split half and half it with water because it cuts the sugar level down. But to get off pop, I would buy the red diamond tea and cut it in half. I still had the caffeine, so I wouldn't get a headache, and I was still getting a little bit of sugar, and I wasn't on insulin. That's so, but also all processed food.
Oh yeah.
You buy them what Hungry Man meals or whatever they are, even the ones that are where you just put them in the oven and warm them up and then put the gravy on top of it. And then, potatoes. Potatoes bad for you, but so eat
Oh,
sweet potatoes.
what did you? I think you said it once, Papa. You said if it has a barcode on it, it's not good for you.
right, if it
Yeah.
has a barcode on it, it's probably been adulterated to where you're being poisoned. And that poison is not, I mean, Chris says she's lazy, right?
Yeah, I am.
Right.
I
That is being done to you.
I've got a new baby.
Because this is what the guy said. He says, yeah, that
She's
kid,
sleeping.
those kids who every blessed one of them got up and started exercising once they cut that insulin down.
She's sleeping on the table.
That they, because the insulin tells your body to shove the food into the fat cells.
Yeah.
And so if you got high insulin levels in your body,
Hold on, we're getting an echo, Chris. I think it's from your side.
I don't have YouTube on.
No. That's
Is it
odd.
from me?
Hello?
No, it looks. Now I think it went away. But for a second there, we were getting an echo.
I don't have YouTube on.
Go ahead, Papa.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. He says, okay, so these kids, once he lowered their insulin down to a normal level, they lost a bunch of weight and they started exercising. You know, I mean, these were morbidly, horribly obese people, and they didn't. They just sat on the couch and didn't do anything. Once he lowered that insulin, they quit eating like pigs. They quit gaining weight. They lost all their weight, and they got lively. So what do the doctors all tell us? You're fat and you're lazy and you're sick and it's your fault. That's his big argument. It ain't our fault. It's what they did to us with that processed food. And so what's the treatment for diabetes? They give you insulin. Jam more sugar into those friggin' cells and make it worse. Instead of just plain don't eat any sugar and you don't need so much insulin. And over time, if you get that insulin and sugar down in your system and do this intermittent fasting, time restricted eating, then your body will heal itself with a thing called autophagy. And it seems to be working to me. I take no insulin, no metformin, and my blood sugar, used to be like fasting constantly, in the 150s, which is just barely, not very bad. But that scared me and I did something. And now right now it's in the 90s somewhere, right about 90,
My doctor's
80.
told
And everything I eat does not phase my blood sugar one iota.
My doctors told me when I was being treated, and especially when I was sick and still recovering from all my illness, I was told that as long as my blood sugar stayed below 200, my body would be allowed to heal. But if your blood sugar is over 200, a constant average of 200, over 200, your body can't heal of any ailments. It takes so much longer, if ever, like infection or any kind of
Right.
problem. You won't heal if your blood sugar stays constantly over 200. And I saw that. I went through the hyperbaric chamber for 20 hours. I went through sessions of hyperbaric chamber, and my blood sugar went down so low, but man, I would come out feeling just so cleansed, like reoxygenated. God, I can't even talk.
Oxygenated.
Oxygenated,
That.
just that. But I felt so clean and cleansed just from my blood sugar being forced to being dropped down to a constant, if I went below 150, I felt sick. I would get that almost like a withdrawal feeling where you feel like you're in that low level crash of low blood sugar. So I couldn't go down to what doctors say, oh, you need to be 100 or below 100.
Yeah,
To
it's
me,
120.
if I did that, I would crash. I would totally crash.
Yeah, that's Nana's like that, Stevie. Nana's like that. Her blood sugar is around 200, 220. And if
Yeah.
it goes below that, she is friggin' starving
Yes.
and crashing.
Yeah.
And
You
so
get
she
jittery,
can't.
you feel like you're
Yeah.
gonna pass out.
But
She's
I
asleep.
mean, it's an illness.
she's still fighting and getting better. I mean, she's lost 30 pounds,
That's great.
but yeah, it takes at least a couple of years to
does.
clear this diabetes out.
It does. It's an evil thing. It really is. And
Yeah.
I can't say where it comes from, but you have to wonder, like you said, with processed foods and the stuff that we're putting in our body, where, why is it that so many people are going through this now? When I was growing up, you didn't hear, if I heard of somebody being diabetic, there was one girl in my neighborhood, she was born with juvenile diabetes. That was different. That was something, an ailment she was born with. But now it seems like if you're not watching your diet or if you're not exercising, you put on a little weight, all of a sudden they're quick to throw you in that class of being diabetic.
Well,
It's
I
like, why?
had to get my sugar under control, or they wouldn't do my back surgery.
See,
I can see Jeff knows all about this.
I'm gonna go. I'll see you
He,
guys.
he keeps
Chris,
bringing
good to
stuff
see you.
Chris,
up.
it's so good
Chris,
to
it
see you.
was very good to see you. Very good to see her.
Talk to
Yeah,
you
you know,
soon,
I
Chris.
mean, as we all get older, like us, that's where we're headed, and we won't stop because, like I said, bad mouthing sugar is like bad mouthing alcohol in the bar. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah, we know it's bad for us. Shut up. Fuck you. Go away.
Right?
It's a
But
shame.
I know. If you only knew that ketogenic diet feels like that hyperbaric, coming out of that hyperbaric
Does it
chamber
really?
all the time.
Jeff says, "How dare you piss off your government and refuse to die by eating healthy? That's not their plan."
There's a little deal where the food industry sent their lawyers over to the tobacco industry to help them fight that tobacco's bad for you, smoking is bad for you back in the 60s and 70s and stuff. So the tobacco companies learned the food companies' tricks to go, well, it's not all that bad for you, until they had to prove it outright, with good scientific data and a good court battle or 40.
Or 40.
And what was funny was right about that time, they also, in the 40s and stuff, they came up with Medicare, right? And Social Security. That's what they came up with, Social Security. And they knew when they made the retirement age 65 that everybody that smoked died at 64.
Right? Richie says, "I'm going back to the pool on Friday." Well, that's how Stevie lost all her weight, was swimming in a pool. That was her exercise.
It
You
did it
know
4
what
days a
cracks
week.
me up? What cracks me up is I couldn't do any of that stuff. I was just friggin' ruined. I mean, my legs were ruined, man. They were asleep, and I'm staggering around. I can't hold my balance. And I lost 50 pounds, at least, by eating fat.
Go figure. Huh?
Go figure. Well, because the insulin can't tell the fat to get in the cell and stay there.
Well, that was like me. I'd get in the pool when I first started, and I was like a whale wading in water. I couldn't barely move. I mean, I was just going in and doing exercises, waving my arms and kicking my legs. And little by little, I'd get on a kickboard and go across half the pool. And until eventually, after months of just going at it, I was swimming 2 hours. I'd do underwater laps, come up for every once in a while until I discovered I bought a snorkel that I could. It was a swimmer's snorkel where it went straight over your head. I didn't have to come up for air, so I put on MP3. I had a little player that I could stick inside my bathing suit top and just go for it. I just listened to music, and when my track ran out, that's when I was done. I do an hour. Sometimes I'd do it twice, so I'd be there for 2 hours. Eventually, that's what it got to. But I got in that water the first probably 6 months, I could barely move. It was more or less just loosening up my body when you're in the water, until like eventually I could swim. So yeah, I miss it. I need to get back to it. I do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to get back to climbing mountains now that it's not so friggin' cold and windy.
Me too. I would love to.
I'll drive.
Man, that
You're
last
driving.
that last couple of weeks of being down near zero and blowing 50 was a little bit too much for the old guy.
Yeah, no thanks.
Oh my god. It
I'm
got
cranky
down.
right now because my toes are cold. Right now.
My hands are going numb sitting here, and it's what 49 degrees.
49?
Yeah.
We got warmer
Heat
than
wave.
that here today. It was warmer in northeast Oregon than it was in Florida.
Wow.
And it rained all our snow off.
Tomorrow it'll be 70 something, 72 or something.
Right.
It goes back up to 80 almost. Upper
Tomorrow
70s.
here it'll be 37 and raining
about
That's
and
what it was
snowing.
last night here.
Yeah, it was
I about froze.
chilly last night.
I had my ski cap on, and
But I can't complain, you know. And I don't like saying, "Oh, it's going to be 80 next week" when everybody's freezing their ass off. I feel guilty for saying that.
Michael, the hills are alive.
Flyby Stu says, "Stevie, do you think they fit you a prosthetic fin?"
they actually have those. They do, and it's ridiculously expensive.
Ah,
It's considered a luxury. It's not a necessity, so
I'll
insurance
make one.
doesn't cover them. But all it is a little fin on like about an inch. I've seen videos on it. You could Google it. They're online. Pretty cool. I would love to try it, but I've been in the pool without my legs. That was kind of weird. You don't realize the weight of from your, say 8 inches below your leg, below your knee. Losing that in the water, it's I had
buoyancy
the buoyancy.
issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of weights to hold my legs down because they just want to pop right up out of the water.
No, I think I could probably figure out a fin.
Yeah. My prosthesis, my rep, she's working on actually getting me a pair for the water. She's making them. She has to kind of grab bits and parts from, different warehouses, but she's putting together a pair that I'll be able to say walk into a lake or, walk into the ocean or a swimming pool or any body of water. I'll be able to just walk right in and keep them on if I want, if I choose to, or I can, whatever. But just to be able to walk into the water, that's the ones that I have now, the hardware, I'm afraid to ruin it, really. They say, oh, you can get in the water, but it's more or less like they're not waterproof, but they're water resistant. You don't want to submerge them. You don't want to submerge them. They make them.
I would.
I almost did.
Shit out of them.
I almost did.
get Moats to make you some.
I could.
He's handy.
I've been thinking about it.
I'm waiting.
He's handy.
I know,
Get
right?
after it, Moats. You can make them way better and for much less.
You know what they're making? You know what they're making fins out of these days? Diving fins is carbon fiber.
Yep. And that's pretty much, what is the top part of these? What is that?
That's probably carbon fiber.
Right? I've been through hell with these things and they not a scratch,
All right.
Yeah. I bang into shit all the time. I hit the hitch on the back of his truck the other day and I was like, damn, that should have hurt.
Bent my hitch. Was your
Yep,
clunk? How was that?
Mr. Lee, I did listen to you. And the heck of it is, it's what we're doing to our kids. Let me explain what happened to my kids. I had a kid who had seizures. And I had to give him, phenobarbital
Okay.
to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And that made his personality, he threatened to kill the teacher and stuff, so he flunked a few grades. Uh-oh, it's not that time, is it?
Medicine time. That means it's my bedtime.
Yeah, probably mine too. But one kid, he had the seizures. Then he got ADD. This is caused by sugar too. My daughter turned into a blimp and severe depression. She's been on keto for a while, lost 70 pounds and no depression. Richie, I want to come to Florida. Nana hates it. There are people down there, dude, like lots and lots and lots of them.
Too many.
What's up?
We're
Elton?
like-
Good to see you.
We're like living on the edge of the most remote place in the lower 48 that Upper Idaho place. I'm right on the border of that. I mean, it's just right across Hell's, right through the Eagle Cap Wilderness, Hell's Canyon, and then you're in Idaho.
Wow.
But and then another kid, the oldest one, came down with schizophrenia, and he's had it all these friggin' years, and he's treating it with alcohol, which is only going to make it worse. And he has a bad schizophrenia. He don't just hear voices. He sees these little old man and little old woman in coveralls just walk right out of the wall. Tell him to go jump off a bridge, and he did. Just didn't kill him, is all. So,
wow.
Yeah, and that could be friggin' sugar. My own private Idaho.
All preventable.
They can pretty much have Idaho. There's some weird people over there. They might even be weird as me. I don't know.
Helen says, "Oh no."
That's what I was laughing. Papa, I wasn't laughing about what you were saying. I read what Hilton wrote.
He says it's International Birthday.
I didn't realize Papa had. I'm serious. I'm sorry, Papa. I wasn't laughing at
But
what
if
you
it's
were talking about.
international, that means
it's okay.
That means he's got one on too.
That was the first thing I said in chat today. I says, "Who's these clowns in the plaid shirts, you know?" Oh, me.
I think you're right.
I promise you it was not planned.
I think that had a lot to do with things, too, when he used vaccines.
Yes. There's people talking about that, too.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I have my own thoughts of that, but I have people that are close to me that are kind of having issues after getting some vaccines, and it's very questionable.
Just childhood vaccines, though.
Well, I know, just regular vaccines, but I'm saying the most recent ones. That's what I'm referring to. Causing issues with a lot of people. It's angering.
Is that the ones that the FBI don't want you to talk about, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why I stopped there.
Anyway.
Well, I've got a wild plan for tomorrow.
What are you doing?
I am going to go down towards Hell's Canyon and climb up on one of them hillsides and try and kill a chucker. I've only got a couple so far. I can't hit the goddamn things.
You gotta lead them.
It's just gotta lead them. You gotta aim right, and you can't be going.
The shotgun tends to go like that too. So
just wrecks your aim. So I gotta get it in a little better shape.
You gotta take a deep breath, hold your breath, pull the trigger, and then breathe again.
Exhale. Don't forget to exhale.
No, just to stop the movement. I see.
I know.
Well, good luck with that. Definitely. Be safe out there.
Yeah. Gotta keep Rosie happy, or she just growls at me all the time.
Yeah, I haven't chucker hunted in forever. We used to stock them on her
Rosie
lease.
Come here. She says, "No, I ain't listening to you. You won't take me hunting."
I'm comfortable.
Look, Lucy's still back here. Look at her arm.
Is she?
Yeah, look at her. Look.
Lucy's my little dog. She's like buried on the couch behind the cushions. But yeah, Papa, thanks for coming on tonight. We're gonna.
You bet.
Look
that up. Look that up, Mokes. Just look up metabolical.
Metabolical?
Look that up on YouTube. Just type that word in, metabolical.
Will do.
And that's the name of his book. Diabolical, metabolical.
Yeah, I'd like to. It just sounds. It makes sense, from what I've heard, and how your body reacts to it. And
it does, and they got videos that'll show you pictures of the whole cellular process and everything, because before I could eat fat for a diet, right? After everything I've heard for the last 50 years about fat, I had to see it on a cellular and
Sure.
cellular level that on a molecular level
Plus, it makes the meat taste so good.
it does. Well, the elk doesn't have any fat in it, but it's really
Nah, most deer
delish.
doesn't.
I've never had elk.
Really.
No.
Missed out.
Yeah.
Yes, Jeff, that can be how it is for chuckers, all right. They'll fly up just out of range, too. They've been doing that to me.
It's so fun. Spent 4 hours chasing checkers up a mountain just to see them fly off the peak.
We got one mountain we call Heart Attack Hill, because that's where I had my first heart attack. It's about a third of the way up there. I go, oh, I was with my buddy Jeff, and I said, Jeff, I gotta sit down and rest for a minute here. My chest hurts. He goes, you having a heart attack? And I laughed, and I says, you know what's really funny? It feels like something like that. He goes, does your arm hurt? And I go, both of them, and my jaw. And I about didn't make it to the hospital that day.
Oh, jeez.
He says, you want to go to the hospital? I says,
6 heart attacks later.
yeah. You want to go to the hospital? No, let's finish out the hillside. Yeah, see, and then after I even explained this to my cardiologist, and she goes, that's good. You sure can't take statins or any of these cholesterol drugs because they're giving you diabetes. So everybody on statins will give you diabetes. And so, yeah, anyway, all those
It's a
guys.
vicious cycle.
It is a vicious cycle. They call me up and says, oh, you got to stay away from that saturated fat. Mr. Lee, sometimes I'm 7 hours late for my meds. So yeah, I got to stop taking antidepressants because I feel like I came out of a hyperbaric chamber. And I quit taking any of my meds for insomnia because that went away. I can't stay awake at night and I can't sleep in the day now. It used to be just the opposite. And yeah, lots of stuff like that. And I'm getting right on the verge of low blood pressure.
Well, you're on the right track, so stay on it.
And you look great.
You do.
Yeah, do it, Mogs. You will not believe it. Look it up. You have to start slow, you know.
Oh yeah. No, I will, but I have to do something. You know.
It's amazing how quick things will clear up, and then you just chug along, and it's if you got diabetes, it's really hard to do it right because you just keep getting hungry.
That's why they build hospitals at the bottom of mountains and not on the top. Your buddies will never drag your ass uphill if you're dying.
It's so funny.
They just roll your ass downhill.
Our hospital's right at the bottom of Tabletop Mountain, that's for sure.
All right, Papa.
Okay.
Good night. Again, thank you so much for coming on. Do appreciate it.
So when Nana starts talking to you again, tell her I said hello.
Okay, I will. I will. It ain't funny. I don't like it.
Yeah, she hasn't.
I don't.
Once this time.
This too shall pass.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't like her being upset. I like her being happy, and I bust my butt to do that.
Go
and
take
then
your
I
medicine and go make up. Go make up and take your medicine and go make up.
Well, sometimes trying to make up with a woman too soon is kind of like leading with the face in a fist fight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You gotta let him be mad for a while.
Well.
Yeah, we just need a minute sometimes.
Well, I hope it doesn't last too long.
It won't.
Yeah, I hope not either. All
Hey,
right,
Brandon.
love all you guys.
All right, Papa. Talk to you soon. Take care.
Okay.
Thanks again.
No, Buzzard, I will not be clean. I'm going to smoke some pot and go to bed.
Amen to that. On that
Right.
note.
On that note.
Well, guys, thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. I hope you guys had a really good time. Papa, thanks for coming on. Chris, Mike, everybody that came on, thank you. You know, Marty, it was good to see you, really. Excuse me. Looking forward to getting together with you, doing some camping. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button below. If you're new, subscribe and share it out. And we will be back on Thursday. Well, she'll be here. And
Good night, everybody.
You guys take care of one another, right? If you guys know how to get in touch with me, if you need anything, you want to talk, monstermogion@gmail.com. All right, guys. Have an amazing night. And we'll see you Thursday. All right. Peace and God bless, everyone.